Welcome everyone, and today's training session once again. And I'm going to give a quick recap. There was a question in the last session that I came with, that what is your biggest challenge that you are facing in your life currently? Okay. And I promised you in that before that session is going to end, what you think the challenge you're facing and what actually the challenge is going to be different. So how many of you agree, those who have attended last time, that I was right, that you have found the challenge that you are facing? Actually, it was not your key spoke, it was not any of your key spoke. Actually, it was something that is affecting those key spokes in your life. So, okay, I am getting yes, 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 yes. Yes, Tina, and you're gonna understand it much better because you always talk about this, and I'm going to share it in next slides. Okay, so these are the 7 key spokes of life, and today I'm going to talk about the key spoke of life and how it is related to self-esteem. But I'm going to take one key spoke in each session. So today I will be talking about the most important key spoke, which is, what is that? Anyone? Which is the most important key spoke for you? Fast, fast, fast. Yes, for me, it is the relationships that we have with our family, with our spouse. Yes, yes. So that is the most important key spoke. And then comes your finances, right? So I'm going to take it in that order itself. So your health would also be there in next one. Okay, so what are the foundations of a positive outlook on life? What are those foundations that is needed in you to look at the positive sides of life? Those are self-esteem and self-confidence, and I have already shared that these are two different things. Don't get confused that self-esteem and self-confidence are same. It is the self-esteem which would help you to get confident in your life, but these are different. Self-confidence is outlook, how others see you, but self-esteem is how you see yourself. So you have to take care of that, how you see yourself. Why? Because the self-esteem contributes to the psychological well-being. High esteem, if you have high self-esteem, it helps to approach life positively and set goals. It also helps us to become self-motivated, confident, and successful. Anyone here who want to be happy? Can I just get some answers? If anyone wants to be happy, yeah, you can just do thumbs up, you can just raise your hand. You know what, the worst thing the low self-esteem can do to you is it will make you believe so strongly that you don't deserve to be happy. And let me tell you, that is simply not true. You deserve happiness. Some of the people over here have kids. Okay, as a parent, don't you want your child to be happy? You want them to be happy every moment. You don't want to see them in pain even at a single moment, right? Similarly, our Father, the God, He has created us. How can He let us be in pain? How can He make us somebody who doesn't deserve happiness? It is the self-esteem that is making that difference. Some people who have high self-esteem, they are happier than those who have low self-esteem. Have you ever heard poor are more happier than the richer? Right? Why? There is there is something very deep in that. Now, can you imagine anything else being so important in your life except that self-esteem? If it is related to all your key spokes, if it is related, it is making you deserving to be happy, isn't it important? Right? So, have you ever heard someone saying, I have accomplished so much in life, but why I still don't feel proud of myself? Have you ever came across such person? Yes, Shibaji. Okay, right. She said, yes, even me. I also met so many people who looks to be happy, but they are not. They are not proud of themselves. Ever wondered, the head of a company, a film star, they have made great success in life. Still, they were depressed, unhappy, and could not even understand why. Some of them tried to commit suicide, some were got successful in committing suicide. You know why? The head of the company, let me take an example of the head of the company. When you look at him, the outlook, the shiny object, when you look at him, you feel that he's successful. But when he looks within himself, he doesn't feel successful. Why? Because he wanted to be an engineer. And it was his parents' pressure which led him to do the business and become the head of the company that he owns. And even being the owner of that company, he is not feeling proud on himself. So your parents are proud on you, but you are not. In that case, your self-esteem is getting hampered because you have surrendered to somebody without your will. It could be your parent, it could be your friend, it could be your teacher or anyone. Even if we have mentor in our life, we surrender them with our will, isn't it? Do you agree? If it is not your wish, somebody just force you to surrender, then it is going to hamper your self-esteem. You might be doing everything that your mentor says, but you might be successful, but within yourself you would be having that one question always: why I am not happy? So ask yourself right now, because it is really, really dangerous situation. No matter how brilliant the person whom you surrender is, it is a dangerous situation for your inner worth. So have you surrendered yourself to someone against your wish? You need not to answer this to me, but you need to answer this to your own self right now. If you have done so, just get out of it, because in the long run, it is going to affect you a lot. So, my dear friends, remember always the root for your happiness is nothing. It's only and only one person. That's you, yourself. So you have to focus on you. What are you really willing to do? It doesn't mean that we are going to disrespect those people, but you have to put your opinion in the right way so that they understand. And then if they don't understand it, you have to take your steps. You know why? I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and while talking, I got one thing. God has given all of us one thing, the mind. If God wanted us to run on someone else's mind, being it our friend, being our family, friend, parents, or anyone, if God wanted us to run on someone else's mind, then why would He be given mind to everyone? Am I right? What do you think? Do you agree with it? Right? The very first person in the world, if he would have got the mind and God says that now everybody is going to follow him, then he would be the only person who got that mind. But it's not like that. Every person over here has their own mind, heart, and soul. So we have to follow that as well. So now I'm going to talk about the most important person over here, and it will be all about you guys and girls too. Okay. Fine, so let's talk about you. And there are going to be some questions. It is going to be a like interactive session again, like we had the last one. How satisfied are you with your life right now? Are you really satisfied, yes or no? And I want quick answers, because it is going to be a bit more questionnaires. So just fast answer: are you satisfied in your life or not? If not, then you have to find out why within you. Do you feel something is missing from your life, or you are not fulfilling your potential? Are you still searching? Are you still struggling in finding your potential? And let me tell you one thing: if you just stop for a while, just for 5 seconds, and you think for a moment, I'm sure you would surely get to know some things that are negative in your life with you are dissatisfied with. But friends, it all depends on your attitude. It is just a question of your attitude towards that thing. Everyone could make a list of negative things in their life, but what will it do? The more you write and talk about negativity, the more negativity and unhappiness you are going to attract. That is the law of universe. If you approach your life looking at those things which are missing in your life, or you could do better, then you become more unhappy and dissatisfied because you are again looking at the missing parts. And people get into depression because of that, because they are always looking into, I'm just missing this thing. It could be money, it could be a person that they are missing, right? It could be anything. And they fall into depression. They lose hopes from life, and that is the moment wherein they take that worst decision of their life to end their life at all. So please don't even think about it. I have got some great suggestions for you how to improve your life satisfaction, which I will be sharing with you soon in upcoming sessions. And what is missing, let's talk about what's actually is missing. And herein actually we are going to discover more about ourselves, so you have to be very focused over here. What is actually missing? You have to answer. Do you want money? Are you struggling in your finances? Do you want love in your life? You want good health? Do you want financial stability? Even in Google Form, I've got so many people who are looking into financial stability, who are looking into health, then good career, relationships. So, have you thought what you want? What is missing in your life? Can I know? Inner peace. Yes, right. Inner peace comes. How does it come? When you have a balance in all key spokes of your life, you will get that inner peace too. Right. Okay. Money, Marjorie. Love, health, and relationship. Anyone else? What is missing in your life? Okay. You can just answer yourself and then think about it. Just think about it very deeply. Why you are missing this? Why do you want this thing in your life? Is it because you don't want to face the trouble that the people with the lack of any of these things have faced? The challenges that might be our parents have faced because of the lack of money, you don't want to face in your life. Is it the reason? Or is it because you want to avoid the pain that its absence is going to give you? And the last, is it to feel the joy of having all that you want in life? It is a very deep question, my dear friends, and you have to think about it. Why you want what you want? It's really important to know, to understand. No, because we tend to be more influenced by the desire to avoid the pain than to experience the joy. And whenever we want something out of the desire to avoid the pain, what happens? We are more focused towards the negative. And negative always have more power over us than the positive. Agrees? Do you agree? If not, you can just share. We can have a chit chat on that. Okay? So, negatives, if you are doing it because you want to avoid your pains, then you are giving more power to the negatives rather than positives. And if we do not believe in ourselves, neither in our efficacy nor in our goodness and lovability, then this is what is going to happen. You are going to get into more negativity. And the world becomes a frightening place for you. And just read this. The wall we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out the joy. True? The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out the joy, guys. So don't create the wall. Create the shield just around you for the positivity, attract positivity. Even if you desire something, don't desire it because you want to avoid the pain. Desire it because you want to experience the joy of those things in your life. Why I asked to think about that again? If any of, okay, this is very powerful. This is going to be very powerful. If any one of you have found the answer to avoid the lack or the pain of its absence, okay, any one of you just got that you are actually missing something because you want to avoid the pain, avoid the lack of that. Any one of you? I used to do it. Let me tell you, I used to do it. I was having a lack of love. I always struggled in that. That's what I realized. And when I realized that, guys, let me tell you, if you have realized it today, then it is clear that there is something negative about that aspect of life in you, which is still holding you back in that aspect. Whether it is relationship, whether it is your finances, your career, your spirituality, the inner peace, everything is connected to each other. So let me again repeat it, because I want you to just get it in your head. If any one of you have found the answer to it, avoid the lack or the pain of its absence, then it's clear that there is something negative about that aspect of life in you, and you don't even know that, you don't even realize. And that is what is called as negative beliefs. And we all know how negative beliefs are impacting our life to the core, right? So, if you want good relationships, you have to work on those negative beliefs. If you want good finances, you have to work on negative beliefs again. Want good career, again, you have to work on negative beliefs. And how to do that, we'll come to know. First, let's talk about relationship and self esteem. How you got those negative beliefs. Okay, Aradhana, yeah, okay, I guess everybody is getting my voice. Right, Aradhana, maybe there is, can somebody just type in the chat box to Aradhana that there might be her mic issue or something, so she can work out on it. Okay, let's talk about relationship and self-esteem. Again, there are going to be some questions you need to answer. Have you faced any one of this situation in your life, even a single situation? Did your parents had a relationship issue? If they had some issues, you have to think why it was. What was the reason behind that? Did you have an uncomfortable relationship with any one of your parents? And those relationships stayed uncomfortable since long. Did you surrendered yourself completely to your parents and suppressed your feelings ever? What we have just talked about. Did you get negative suggestions or comments from others? And you can put yes or no whenever I just a question. You can just put yes and no. I'm not going to look at the exactly question which I'm saying, but I will see the chat. Yes, that you are responding. So did you get negative suggestions and comments from others? Did you were put down in any one of your friends group ever? Did people tease you on your looks, the way you talk? Did you get discouraged by anyone? Did you ever felt that you are not getting the love you deserve? And did you ever face politics at your workplace? Because these are the biggest reason that you are facing trouble in your relationship. And the biggest reason is the childhood. How was your childhood? How you saw the relationships around you? That is going to impact your inner core to the most. And that is why sometimes for some people it becomes difficult to even understand that what is self-esteem. And that is what I'm going to talk about now. So yes, yes, Dalip ji, yes, politics is something that we face, and it also in turn it put us down. We feel ourselves worthy of something, but we don't get in workplace because of the politics. So again, it impact your self-esteem somehow. We don't realize at that time, but we realize it further when somebody comes and talks about these things. Then only you realize that this is what was happening at that moment to you. Okay, so for the people who doesn't even know what self-esteem was, it is a very abstract concept for them, because they have never experienced that self-esteem. So what we say, what you don't have, try to visualize that. So just let me know, is it easy to feel what you don't have? Is it easy to feel that what you don't have right now is actually you have? Because visualization is all about that, na? You don't have, but you have to feel that you have, right? So is it really easy to feel that? that you have it, or you sometimes struggle? You have to fake it till you make it. Yes, Akhil, you really have to fake it till you make it, but sometimes it become absurd. And what is this? Sometimes you yourself starts feeling like, what the hell I'm doing? Every time I'm faking on this. So it becomes an absurd concept for some people to even visualize yourself in that self-esteem wala mode, because you have never even experienced to have that self-esteem, because that is internal thing. तो आप किसी और से देख के भी नहीं सीख सकते हो, right? Confidence सीख सकते हो because it is the outlook, but self-esteem, inner self, you cannot. That comes with your experience. And if you really want to know about it, if you really want to learn about it, then you will do it, because you will make those effort, and you have to make those effort to learn it. Okay. And for those people who have never experienced self-esteem, who have lower self-esteem, let me tell you, just begin to appreciate. Just start begin to appreciate, like, any one area of your life you don't feel confident about within, you talk negative about, the self talk that we do, and start, just take one line and start repeating that. And that one line, rather than three words, the are I am enough. Start repeating those words, write those words on your mirror, write on a poster, put it in front of you, and 24 hours just look at that and keep on saying I am enough. And you will see tremendous changes with these three words in you. Yeah, you will start feeling slowly and gradually on your own. Then you need not to struggle even to feel it. So one way for the people who have lower self-esteem to begin to appreciate what it would be like to have higher self-esteem is to consider how they may feel about things in their lives that they value. For example, a car. Have you ever seen a person, a girl, or a boy? Let's not differentiate on that part. But then have you ever seen a person loving the car like anything? I have met such. I have met such people. Have you ever met? Okay, Gantavya ji, yes. Ankit, yes. Okay. Josephine ji, okay. I am enough. Yes, Josephine ji, you are enough. Vijay ji, yes, yes, Mani Madhuri. There are people who love their things a lot, like anything. Okay. And so let me tell you, some people just really love their cars because cars are important to them. These people take really good care of their cars. Just take it as an example for you as well. They make good decisions about the where to park the car, how often to get it serviced, and how they will drive it. They will decorate the car, and then they show it off to other people with pride. People does that, right, guys? There are people who are doing it. You know what? Your self esteem is just like that. Except you're not going to love something else. You're going to love your own self. You're going to care for yourself, and you're going to feel proud of yourself. The way you are decorating a car within, you need to decorate yourself within if you want to have a high self esteem. So are you ready to decorate yourself within with full of love? You know what's the meaning of full of love? I'll just show you one thing. Okay, I'll not take much of time. We are short of time. Just a second. Okay, can you see this? Yes. Okay, what is this? Fast, fast, fast. What is this? This is a lemon, right? What if I'll squeeze it? What will happen? When I'll squeeze it, what will happen? What will come out of it? Juice. Which juice is gonna come out of it? Yes, yes, Vijayji is perfectly right. It's going to be the lemon juice. It is not orange juice that would come out of it. It would be the lemon juice, right? If I'll cut it into pieces, I'll just squeeze it, I'll get lemon juice, right? What if I just throw it on the wall? What will come out of it? Again, lemon juice. You can unmute also. That's okay. We can talk, right? If I just put it down like I'll just crush it. What will come? Again, the lemon juice, right? Now just think about yourself. If somebody comes to you and talk to yourself with lots of love, what will come out of you?
If
What
it
will?
is love,
It is
then
love.
love.
It is love,
If
right?
it is love, then love.
Yes. And now somebody comes and he start yelling at you. What will come out of you? Are you going to
We
do the
can
same? Are you going to do the
either
same?
we stay in love or we react.
Yes, right. So we change our nature. If you are doing this now, what you are doing, if you are yelling at that person again, then you are actually affecting yourself. This is what we always hear, right? And that is a concept. Whatever happens to this lemon, it never changes. Just give me a sec. Yeah, right. Okay. So similar, what happens? Our nature changes with people's reaction. That is what is affecting your self-esteem again. And we need not to do that. That is the self-love that comes out. If you are into self-love, you are just filled up with self-love. You will never yell at anyone. You will never think of negative about anyone. So even if you are thinking a pinch of negative about someone, it means there is a pinch of lack in self-love that you are facing, but you don't understand. So we have to be like this lemon, the orange, whatever you does, it gives the same thing. That is the juice. The lemon gives lemon juice. So we have to fill ourselves with love, so much love that whatever another person is saying, we are never going to lose our inner peace on that. We are never going to lose our love on that. So how many just felt that was aha moment? Did anyone feel that? Yeah. Okay. So I hope this is very clear now that you have to value yourself. The day you start valuing yourself, love yourself, care yourself, feel proud of yourself, no matter what other people are saying, don't get affected by that. That is the moment where the self love is on the top. You are filled with self love, and whatever anyone does, your tank is so full that it is overflowing, and you will even flow that love positivity to others as well. So you want to increase your self esteem, guys? So what you need to do is love yourself. And let me tell you, it is the concept that universe has given. It's not what I am sharing with you. The concept is that we are brought into this world, and somebody is unmute. Please mute yourself because I can hear the noise. Okay, the concept is that we are brought into this world and we are made of love. Love is the highest feeling there is. If you want to feel self-esteem, you must feel love, and that love for yourself. You need to take the feelings of love you have for others. If you are not able to feel love for yourself, just think how you love your spouse, how much you love your parents, and take that feeling onto you. And you will start, when you start putting that feeling, you'll start pulling that feeling inside to feel that love for yourself. Slowly and gradually you will feel that love as well. Yeah. So this, because the screen is freeze, I'm not able to change the slide, but then I've shared the Google form with you in the starting of the chat. Can anybody help with sharing it again? If you have kept it open, just copy that link from the Google and share it in the chat box so that people can fill it. Let's just finish it here only, because yes, because we need to surrender ourselves. We need to learn from the experiences from others, but we are not going to surrender our life to someone. So I hope you enjoyed the session. And the very first thing to keep your relationships good, you have to just work on yourself, start loving yourself, guys. The moment you start fill up your tank, you start pouring that love out, you know, the people around you changes themselves. You need not to work out on them. And I've met people, those who are like whole life, they are just running towards it, like how the other person will change. How can you change them? But it will never happen. It will only happen once you change yourself. Thank you so much, guys.